Welcome to the Law Firm Marketing Minute, your source of internet marketing inspiration.
Hi there, my name is Jana Eatman, and I am filling in for John Henson here on the Law Firm Marketing Minute this week. I'm very excited to step in and talk with you guys just a little bit about specifically intake and reception, all of that fun stuff, some tips there and, what I've seen and learned in my role. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. So I'm Jana. I am the business development manager here at Spotlight Branding, and my role really encompasses being the frontline in a way for anyone who's interested in talking more about our services, anyone who has questions. I'm kind of in the sales role, I guess you would call it, appointment setting / talking to people on their discovery calls about whether or not we'd be a good fit. So in that role, I do a lot of outbound calls and, conversations with people, when they schedule a call, I'll call for the appointment. And so I talk to a lot of receptionists and a lot of reception services as well. There's some big ones, Ruby Receptionist, Lex Reception, back office Betty's, and like Smith AI. So there are a ton of them that offer services where when someone calls your law firm, they're directed to someone who is, there and responsible for capturing contact information for those people, setting up an appointment with them, perhaps, making sure that they follow up if needed. So I talked to a lot of those people. And I also talked to a lot of in-house, like receptionists and intake, roles that are, doing perhaps some other things in addition to just answering incoming calls. But one of the big things that I've learned through the, 4+ years of doing this is that it's so crucial to make sure that the person who is front facing, who is receiving all of those inbound calls and really is the very first face and voice the incoming, prospects are hearing, making sure that person is well trained, that they are capturing contact information as they should be, that they're really pleasant, which seems like it should be a given, but you'd be surprised. And just making sure that they're doing their job really, really well. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, some different tips for making sure that your staff, your person that's responsible for doing that is doing a good job at it. And one thing I actually have been doing for almost a year maybe now, is a secret shopping type service. I've tried it out on a few of our clients who are interested. And essentially, I just call their office as a secret shopper, potential client. They give me the criteria of exactly what their ideal client looks like, what to say to the questions that their, receptionist is supposed to ask. And we kind of see what happens. I record it and then we see, did they set me up with an appointment? Did they get all my contact information? Were they super friendly and engaging and nice? Did I feel really welcomed? Because a lot of times when people are calling an attorney's office, they're not at the best point in their life. A lot of times they may have just been in a really bad accident. They may be going through a divorce or a custody issue. They may have just had to deal with the passing of a relative. So or gotten arrested. It's not a great time usually when someone's in need of the services that you probably offer. So making sure that someone makes them feel really comfortable, really safe, really, warm. I think that's really important. So anyways, the secret shopping thing has proven to be very valuable from the clients that, I've done it for. At least that's what they said. And most of the people I talked to were super nice. They, captured what they needed, but there were a couple that I called. I said, here's my situation. Here's my issue. They said, well, the attorney's not in today, but why don't you try calling back tomorrow? And that was it. They didn't get any contact info from me. They don't even know what my name was. And here I was with this perfect primed case for the attorney. And so whenever I, sent over that information to the attorney, they were like, I can't believe that happened. That is, how often has this happened to actual potential clients? So some of the tips that I have for making sure that those front-facing people are doing a really good job is to first off, make sure they are warm and pleasant. Try and get somebody who's going to be really nice and genuine whenever someone is calling in, someone who, can shift a little bit on the fly. If they're in the middle of doing a task, but you guys get a call, making sure that they're not going to be all flustered about it, and they can answer with a, very, nice, warm, genuine, hey, like, how are you? Thanks for calling the attorney's office. And please make sure that you have them say the actual name of the firm whenever they answer. I get so many receptionists who will just answer with law office in that tone too. And that just makes me want to hang up right there, but I can't. It's like my job is to not hang up when I hear that, but make sure that they're answering with, hi, like, this is the law office of, John Doe. How are you doing today? What can we help you with? Do you have a blank situation happening? So making sure that they're going to be really sweet at the beginning there, making sure that they also capture contact info. Now, I do want to be cautious with this one because I've also called and been asked for, my name, my email, my phone, my blood type, my social security number, and the name of my first 3 unborn children. But you don't need to get all of that. You really just need to grab their name, email address, and phone. And I would even say phone is probably a higher priority. Email would be number 3 in your case. So name, phone, email. Once you get past that, it just starts getting really excessive and kind of annoying, a little bit of a turn off. So make sure that you stick with the basics. And then I would have them verify that, repeat it back to them, because sometimes whenever you're having these conversations over the phones, if the connection isn't great, you may end up, not saying it as crisp as you could. And so not half the time, but a good chunk of the time, people will mishear, Jana, they'll think I'm saying Gina, Jenna. I've gotten Brandy before because I work at Spotlight Branding. Charlotte, because that's the office location. So just have them verify that what they're, the information that they're getting is correct. And then, asking them, what is it that we can help you with? If you're not able to transfer them over to the attorney, which is, totally fine. I know you guys are really busy. You're not just there to answer calls on the fly. That's what reception is for. Assure them of when they'll likely hear back, and maybe some sort of a time frame. If the attorney's out of town, let them know, because if you tell them, oh, they'll call you back, the attorney's on vacation for a couple of days and they don't hear back for a few days, they're definitely looking elsewhere. So give them some sort of a timeline. And then my other tips as far as, the people that are calling in, make sure you actually follow up. So you get that contact information. Sure, the attorney, maybe they're going to be out of town for a few days. The receptionist can very easily shoot them an email or give them a call and kind of nurture them in a way. If there are any resources that you can send that person before they even have their consultation or their next call with the attorney, do that. People want to know that they're going to talk to somebody who really cares about them, who's very knowledgeable. So if you can send any information their way prior to that call, you're really just helping to prime them. And you guys have probably seen something similar when it comes to talking to marketing companies like us. Most companies do it. If you book a call with us, I send you an email with resources to check out before that call, because I want you to, be aware of what we do, see if it might be a good fit. Go ahead and educate yourself just a little bit about what it is that we do. So once we get on that call, no one's time is wasted. So I think that something like that would be really important and helpful. So those are, a few tips that I have. I probably will think of a couple more as soon as I hit end on this recording here, but feel free to, let us know if you have any questions. If you want to be secret shopped, I'm more than happy to do that for you. I think it's really interesting and kind of fun. Get to put on my little actress hat, earn my Oscar. So if you're curious about that, feel free to contact us about it. Or if you have any other questions about, what would be a really beneficial thing to know for your intake or your reception companies. So that's all I have for now. This was so much fun. Maybe John will let me host a little guest appearance again, or maybe he says that, nope, this was your one shot. And that was all. We'll see. But thanks for listening. I'm sure I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks for joining us. please visit lawfirmmarketingminute.com for more information. We'll see you next time.